For those of you who listen to our podcast and watch our videos, you will know the importance that I have put on putter fitting and putter lessons in general. We use this thing over 30 times around. If we can make ourselves a little bit better with this, it's going to have a massive effect on our game. We've been invited down to Mount Juliet Estate by Callaway, Matt Sandercock, and he's going to bring us into the performance centre down here to run through a full putter fitting. And we're going to actually see if this is the right putter for me. Folks, we are down at the Callaway Performance Centre in Mount Juliet Estate. I have Matt Sandercock with me, who is going to find out everything about my putting stroke in the next hour as to what I'm going to be using for potentially the season to come. We discussed this before, Matt. This is one part of fitting that is frequently overlooked. Tell us about the putting fittings.
Yeah, like putter fitting is crucial. Everyone gets fitted for a driver, maximum 14 times around. And here we are with putters. There's millions to choose from and no one ever gets putter fitted for the correct one. So we're here now to try and make sure we get the right one for you that suits you naturally from a lineup perspective, from a length perspective to a stroke. And then how does it feel when you're stood over it? Are you comfortable? Are we able to be more consistent? You know, if we can reduce those putts down per round, then the scoring's only going to get better because confidence will grow, as well as the numbers become shorter. So all is good really from a putting perspective. So
there are two different ranges of putters, two brands under the Callaway putting umbrella, Odyssey and obviously the Toulon series as well. Talk to us a bit about both of those.
Yeah, so technology's gone on so far in putters. Yeah. You know, we have the Versa range, we have the Tri-Hot range, the 5K, high moment of inertia. You go into Toulon under Sean Toulon, and then you have the Garage range. And then you go back to the Stroke Lab shaft that they now produce. You know, the 3-gen shaft is phenomenal, makes you more consistent, has the graphite and steel combination. All these different styles are built from our side to fit you. And for me, this process is a very personal perspective of what suits your eye line when you stand up. Can you align with these things? And from there, we'll rule out a couple of neck options, whether that's a slant or a crook. And then from that point then, we just start to build around what suits you and how quick can we get the ball in the hole, to be honest. So first thing we'll look at really for us here is wrist to floor measurement. Yeah. We're going to look at then what sort of length putter we're comfortable with. We're going to check and see what sort of length you are. So we're going to measure from here down. You're going to put your palm out flat to the floor. We're going to measure it on the way up. See where your static kind of fit would be. So base it down, bring it in, and your hand is really coming in at there. Bang on 80 centimeters. Yeah. Which puts us in the shorter category of putter. So 32 to 33 inch putter would be an off the wall kind of fit. So we'd look at going into that. So we kind of know 35 isn't going to work. Second thing we're now going to look at is just how's the alignment, you know, it's kind of the $1 million question. Let's get you lined up here to this hole in front of us. Yep. You line yourself up however is comfortable for you there though. And what we'll then be doing.
So we're in my own putter now.
Yep, you're on your own putter and we're just going to see how is alignment. Is it good? Is it bad? You're just straight in the middle of the hole. We'll drop this one in through here. So we're all agreement that runs through the middle. So as you can see, from a very short distance, you're comfortably missing the hole left. Yeah. Right, so that now means how do we adjust this? Yeah. Things we'll look at doing. One, we could flatten the putter, because if the putter's slightly flatter, your line changes, same as in an iron. Yeah. Okay, the start line will move slightly to the right. Could be that. Could be a 32-inch putter. Yeah. Obviously, again, brings your eye line over and brings you into it. The second thing I'd look for from here for you is where's your eye line? Okay, eye line's crucial. So if I line this up for you now, when you see the fitting board here, your eyes relate to a line. Yeah. So you're naturally stood in this position here, which is a moderate toe hang. Yeah. So you need something that's got a bit of open and gate, a bit of toe flow, as they would now call it. So a face balanced putter for you is not going to work. Yeah. Okay? So something with a step neck like this, okay? We're getting a little nearer because there's a toe hang on the blade, but if you had a face balanced, the classic, okay, the big mallet. Yeah. That's not going to work, okay, because this is going to force your stroke to go straight back and through. Yeah. Versus your natural position, your eye line being on the inside, is to let the toe rotate slightly. So we'd instantly be taking out the face balanced options. Perfect. Because they're not going to be suiting what you want to do. Yeah. Naturally. The alignment piece is now an issue, as I found, which is slightly worrying. No, that actually always happens at the start of sessions. Genuinely, any time I've had a putting lesson, it's always had tendencies to, I've had tendencies to aim left like that as well, which is just confirming what I do.
really, which is good.
So we'll hit a couple of putts, we'll get a bit of detail.
Okay.
Straight away off of TrackMan. TrackMan will pick up our numbers. Have you done TrackMan putting before though?
I have.
Yeah. We'll start by hitting, say 4 or 5 putts with each, seeing where we're at, see where we're going. We're aware of the alignment issue a bit more now, but we'll see where we end up with that.
What are you looking for, man?
Just looking for a bit of consistency. So we're going to start with seeing what does Dave actually do. Is he in control of the putter? Is the distances changing? Is he able to repeat the same stroke? Because obviously everyone can hold a putt, but we need to know why the good ones go in and why the bad ones miss. You know, and that's a big thing for us. That one there, for instance, you launch the ball 1.7 degrees left of target.
Yeah.
So we know 1 degree's missed, and we have, you know. Yeah. So it's a crucial element for us to go, okay, we've missed from there. Your club path, is that okay? Your club path is just to the right, but your face is shut 4 degrees. So there's a rotational point there that we might just have to look at, because if we're starting left, pushing the stroke, but the ball's starting left because we shut the blade.
Yeah.
Perhaps the toe is maybe overreacting.
Yeah.
You know, could be something like that, or it could just be like you said, is it upright? Is it a bit long that actually we're fighting? The big element we look for from here when we go outside is the speed drop and the skid. You know, we don't want that skid getting over 20 inches. And the key element there is to get that ball rolling as soon as we can. So whatever line we pick, it's then rolling on.
So when you're talking about skids, what impact does that have on the roll of the ball? Does that mean it doesn't get into its motion quickly and therefore will be short?
Yeah, the speed drop changes. So what I'm saying there is, for me, looking at the details on this, the speed drop at the minute is 29%. Okay, that's okay. And our skid numbers in here, we're going to be very low because we're on an artificial rolled surface. So we're on 14.5 inches. That's great. When we go outside on the turf and there's actually grass sticking up, if that ball starts jumping, you could have a putter that's not got enough loft for you. You might be changing the dynamic loft and launching the ball a little low. That's skidding. That means now it's skidding, so there's no actual roll. So whatever line you pick, it's not end over end on the roll, it's jump, jump, jump all the way, more lip outs, more drag up and speed. No real consistency over a 30, 40 footer. Short right, then whack it long left because you're affecting it.
There's no distance consistency?
Distance control.
Okay.
Distance control will be effective massively if a skid gets too much. Again, if we only have a short putt and we're not able to get the ball rolling, your lines from 3-4 footers, you know, if we get a little bit of a jump and your face is 3 degrees shut, you're going to be gone from 4 feet. So we're going to start looking through a few different putter options. We're going to go away from what's comfortable and bring you back in. The reason we do that is because when you go across the different lengths, different sizes, different styles, now in the Odyssey range, you have the Versas, you have triple track, you have the brand new Versa from this week, you have the Tri-Hot. Tri-Hot's a phenomenal range of putter. With the MOI, the forgiveness point, for those that wouldn't be so aware of the Tri-Hot, is so well at the back. It's almost like a mallet, but looks like a blade.
It looks like a blade,
So for those people like yourself, say, who needs a bit of toe flow, but actually the forgiveness is going to be there on a Tri-Hot, well, let's try Tri-Hot because it'll give you that extra moment of inertia. Right the way through to the Toulon. We'll get you into exactly the same style you have. Okay. So you're in a 10. 10 range is now gone out of range. We're going to get you into an 11.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But I'm going to get you into more of a face balanced mode. Okay. And this is 33 also. Now the first thing on here is the grip's slightly thicker.
Yeah.
You can see from what you have already, you've used a thicker grip. It's not too unusual for
you.
that's
fine.
Benefits of this putter, triple track. Triple track technology is now huge. I use it all the time. I use it when I'm playing golf. I line my ball up on the tee, pointing down the right fairway.
Same.
It gives us something. Now, the more age you have, the better. Now, that doesn't mean it always works in relation to people's eye line. Sometimes people are right eye dominant, left eye dominant. If they're right eye dominant, they need a back line on the putter, more like this. Okay, so the line sits in the back of the putter. If you're left eye dominant, say a left-hander playing golf right-handed, they may only be able to see the line when the line's in the front section. Obviously, they're turning the tour red. Odyssey at the minute, every shaft is red. Outside of that, you're looking at a Toulon.
Sorry, explain to me the Toulon range.
Toulon. So Toulon range is Sean Toulon. So it is named after somebody. This is his own style and range of putters.
It's like the signature series, is it?
Kind of, yeah. You know, it's very much in that bracket. This is a milled face. There's no insert in a Toulon. The inserted face come in Tri-Hot, Versas, triple tracks. Everything else has an insert. Milled face doesn't. I use the milled face because of the feel off the face I really like. What I find sometimes with insert is they feel soft, but come off a little bit quicker. I quite like the too long range because it feels dead and it comes off that bit slower. So for me, it's a little bit backwards in the thinking, but I leave a lot of putts short previously. I like to feel with this putter, I've got to give it a hit. So I commit that bit more.
Okay.
Sometimes people, when they feel the ball jumps off the face, they're a bit tentative. You know, quick greens, they're a bit tappy as opposed to just committing to the stroke. Okay. So that's really your insert and faces.
Cool, so we're going to
start with
the
number 11
okay.
in the triple track. Let's see how this looks to the eye. It's also in the S-bend neck, which we know isn't quite right for us, but we're going to see if having that neck change will allow us to get the putter in a little better position. There's your end over end scenario. Great to see again in the ball. You can really get a good feedback from the ball itself as to what is happening. First putt, even indoors, skidded 24 inches.
Yeah.
So straight away I'm going, well, there's something up here. You know, we've given you the S-bend neck, which is giving you more of probably a de-lofting, I'd say, has occurred.
Yeah.
Okay, because of the face balance, because it's wanting to tilt, whereas you're wanting to open.
Yeah.
So straight away, you've now changed numbers that we don't want to see changing. Despite hitting up on the ball, we've gone up. Gone up in the wrong areas, you know.
Yeah.
The roll has gone down to 87% from the 90s.
Yeah.
And the skid's gone from 15 to 24. So straight away, this putter is not going to work for you over any form of long distance. I'm going to get you into the Versa 7.
Sure.
Slant neck. Okay, so again, that's now back to where we're thinking. That should help again with alignment lines. And let's see where we go with the slant. How's that look? Because now, you know, you're starting to get a few things happening on the face. You've gone from a triple track to a Versa.
Well, I kind of grabbed it off you because I did like the look of it. This is like the old 7, I think, isn't it?
Number 7, yeah.
It's
the Versa 7. Yeah,
so it has been around forever. In various guys, it's proven, and you can actually see the impact of that second white line, because it really does accentuate, and it's I suppose the changes in how the face is opening and closing. Yeah,
so it's going to show you a lot there on how the rotation of the face is. This is going to sit quite nice to you, I think. You know, I think it really is going to sit quite in a nice manner. Started pretty good. So that's always a good place to go from.
Whereas that, I actually feel like I've way more feel on where I'm setting up to.
Where you're setting, good.
What I feel like with that, Matt, is that I know where the strike is going to be because it's way more natural. Because with the other one, I'm fighting it. So I'm like, if I'm having to manipulate the path, like, am I ever going to be hitting it out of the middle as consistently?
It's the same as everything. For me, golf has to be natural. You know, and if it's not natural at the start, you wouldn't wear the wrong size glove and deal with it. I think straight away we're starting to find what we like the look of. You know, I'm definitely going to be trying you now into a step neck and a couple of options. Okay. This for me is a lovely putter. You know, in relation for that, what I mean is it's balanced from the Stroke Lab Shaft series. It gives you a lot of the tech from the Versa. So you've got all the alignment aids, but you're actually still in a blade. So for the person who struggles with alignment, really wants a blade, feels they can control the blade a bit better, this is really where they're going to start to move into for the Versa range.
Okay, so this is...
So it's been a while.
This is worlds away.
Yeah, been away for a little time. Could be the problem. Could be the problem you took a step away from it. It's quite remarkable for me to look at your numbers there so quickly and see how your launch directions changed dramatically.
Left or right?
You've now gone straight.
Oh, right, okay.
So as we look through your numbers, you've been averaging minus 1.6. You're now actually averaging 0.2. So you're now starting the ball on line for the first time. So the irony is, the more rotation in the blade you're actually more in control of versus trying to move the mass of a mallet. So yes, this is where the fitting comes in. We really like the look of number 7. Yeah. Is it wrong? Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. But is it right? Maybe not either. It's just something you're comfortable with. Next step for us now is to put you into a tri-hop. Okay, the tri-hop we're going to use here initially is going to be the number 1.
This is like...
This is the major
extreme.
Okay, so it's slightly too much. I really think that this step neck's going to be where we're going to fall back to. But I want to see how this reacts, because this is the most toe hang we've had so far. Okay. The fact that we've changed step neck and a toe hang and we've started to square you up, I want to see if this does any more or not. Good thing with this is it's going to do it itself. You know, the Stroke Lab shafts, heavy top, graphite in the middle, heavy bottom, gives you the most consistency in shafting. That's been a big upgrade in the world of putters, is the red shaft. So it's not just for colour and aesthetics. There is actually science in it. There's a relatively heavy weight in the top end. steel base at the bottom, and graphite midsection.
Okay.
This produces consistency. It's 30% more consistent than a straight steel shaft or putter. Really going to help with your timings and release patterns. Straight away, we've started putts with a blade actually straighter, more in the hole. Again, your launch direction was 0.6, so we're starting it straighter with a blade.
Yeah.
A little bit of a mind change. That's the difference there.
Mind change is a word for it, yes.
I'm going to put you in a Toulon. This for me is going to be the answer, okay? And the reason I'm saying that, it's 33 inches, okay? It's got the step neck that we want.
Yeah.
It's a milled face. We're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
That might improve our roll a little bit more again from the way you strike the ball. These putters, the Toulon range, you know, they come with a price tag that everyone thinks must be the answer, but it's not. Let's get the one that fits. Numbers there, starting at left again. So really where we're at this stage now is we're going to take out both versas. We're going to take out this blade.
Okay.
Okay, the one. I think we're in a good spot with this, personally. We're also going to take out the number 7.
Yeah.
Because you have a little love affair with this one, whether it's quite right or quite wrong. We know there's so much good stuff in here. Now we've got it down to 2. We'll take it outside, see what the real life performance is. There's a bit of a breeze, a little bit chillier, so it's real life. I think it'll give us a good idea of where we feel we're lined up versus where we're lined up inside. After a little bit of repetition, you start to figure where things are. We'll take you out, hit a couple of 40-footers and some 4-footers, because they're the ones that really count versus the indoor rolling.
Yeah.
And see how our start lines improve.
Okay, awesome. So what are you looking for here that we didn't see inside?
I'm now looking for the real skid and roll drop percentage outside. Is one of these skidding too much for you? Are you de-lofting the putter? Are you able to control the distance now you're in an insert face? Yeah. Is the blade okay outside? We're looking for a bit of reassurance on what we've just seen.
Okay.
At the same time, you're now hitting a longer putt in the real world. Just see how we go. Do we start the putters better out here now? Are we able to do all that? Good putt, took a little hop.
Yeah.
Good roll though. How's the blade looking to you outside now? Still fine?
It's still looking...
A little nervous or?
No, it doesn't make me nervous. I suppose because I've had experience in using the blade. Yeah. So it's maybe feeling like if it doesn't come out of the toe, or sorry, if it doesn't come out of the middle and it comes out of the toe or heel, that I might be losing a bit.
So still a bit of self-doubt.
There's still a bit of MOI doubt, I think is the best way to say it.
Yeah, that's totally correct and understandable, you know. Lovely putt. Good roll on that one there. Now, ironically, your skid is like incredible with that. It's 15.5 inches, really, really good.
Okay.
As soon as you get that ball online, it's in.
It's going.
Yeah, you're rolling. Your distance control, 14 foot 8 to 15 foot 2. You're pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
The second one particularly just took a little jump on the way. So
yeah.
Could explain the drop down. How's your club path? Your club path is 0. So what we'll do now is we'll try the 7, okay, in the slant neck, something you're comfortable in to look at.
So similar, like toe hang or...
Toe hang wise, very similar, you know, slant versus crook neck.
Yeah.
Crook neck's allowing a slightly different impact point.
Cool.
Slant neck for you, this one. See if it allows any or more toe hang. He likes to miss it left if he's going to miss it. And I think the two combinations here are just, it's a bit of a struggle. Not from a player's perspective or a fitting perspective, but sometimes the eye line, you know, both these putters are front line, but they got the Versa to realign him. The last putt started way left compared to what he was starting the one on.
Interesting.
So despite it being the one he likes the look of, at this point, if he said, right, I'm going to go and buy one, which one am I buying? I wouldn't be saying that one, I'd be in this one because the start line by the crank neck is allowing him to start the ball further right. Kind of opposing to science, really, you know, the slant neck would sit flatter. Yeah. Should allow the blade to start further right. However, with us here, it's more upright. You're actually a bit more in control. So I'd be looking at this stage that 1 is a better fit for you than a 7. We didn't see that one. I would be confident in the blade is a more aggressive putting option for Dave to go into. Not playing golf with Dave, don't know Dave's golf game in a general. But from numbers I'm seeing, I'd be definitely thinking he'll be tentative on the putter. And this is going to encourage him to just to release a bit more, be that little bit more progressively aggressive with the putt. That's a better stroke there, Dave. So from a fitting perspective and teaching, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Is that little extra bit of pace. What that little bit of extra pace does is it's going to pick up the ball speed. So your ball speed there is 6.9 miles an hour. The previous one was 6.4.
Yeah, which
The
is
difference in half a mile an hour.
well, that's 10% there, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so your line's gone. You're more consistent with a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, from a fitter's perspective, you like the look of this one. Okay, I think it's a bit more similar to what you're used to, a bit more comfortable.
Do you know what? Like, I'm not at the same time, I'm not wedded to it. It's weird. Like, it's just, yeah. If I was
Walking
if
into
I
a
was
shop,
going
you'd
into
be
the
going,
shop and off the rack, like, and those two were there, unless I did this. But now I'd have complete confidence in popping back to this and saying, listen, like, I did like that, but it just turns out that this is actually
this is for you.
This is for
and
me.
across every number basis that we use and we see, you know, am I seeing anything there that's miles better? I'm seeing consistency, but a big thing I am seeing is this putter here is going 1.6 degrees left, average impact. This one here is averaging 3.5 degrees left start line.
Yeah.
That's no good to us.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so start line being crucial. Again, the Odyssey theory of 1 degree over 10 foot is a miss.
Is a miss,
Let's really tighten that in. That's where I'd be putting you into. I'd be comfortable in that.
But that's it. Like, that's
it. That's the Stroke Lab series. That's the Odyssey world. That's where it's in. Let's get everyone consistent versus allowing you to get a bit better alignment.
Yep.
Shaft consistency from the Stroke Lab. Having the right length of 33 inches is confidence, if nothing else.
Yep.
Not affecting any posture or movement from there. So everything's pretty natural from there, Dave. That really number one is the model you're looking at and the different head shape to go through.
That's it. Listen, thank you so much, Matt. This has been, like, it's actually, we've said it on the podcast so much that we've spoken about where, I suppose, the incremental gains are to be got, and the gains in this aren't incremental. They're big. They're huge.
They're
As
huge.
in, if you get 10% better at putting, you will invariably save anywhere between 3 and 4 shots around.
Yeah, I think you'll save even more because if you're confident in the 5-6 footer in the putts, you're actually going to find that you'll chip closer.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not so worried. So you'll relax over the chip, your iron play gets better. Once you start rolling in, it's like anyone, you get the common guy come in and say, oh, I missed a 3 foot on the first and that was it for the day. I knew it was in. Yeah, but there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
You
It's so
hold the
small.
first one, confidence is in, bang, you don't miss all day.
Exactly.
Having the club in your hand that fits you versus the one that you have that fits you that only hits 3 or 4 times in a round. Like, get the one that's fitted for 30 to 35 putts, worst case, in a round. And let's try and drop it to 26s and 7s and really save some shots.
Really save some shots. Listen, if you haven't had this experience, get it. It is so worthwhile. The Callaway Performance Centre here at Mount Juliet is a gorgeous centre to come in and actually do this work in. It's a really nice environment. You get Matt's expertise along with everything else, and then you're getting pretty much the best of technology to go along with it. So, Odyssey 1 Versa for me, and
New man.
hopefully this
Plus
will
4
lead
in no
to-
time.
in no time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dave.